Hello,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. We got a request.
Yes, got a request for Vulcan Forged.
Yeah, PYR. Don't know note about this at all. I've heard it being thrown around, but that's there you go. That's as much as I know about it.
All I know is it's gaming.
Oh.
It's gaming.
Whoa, how many days?
Over 500 days
Shut the
in
front
this
door. That's
accumulation, which is a
huge.
long time, plenty of time to build up. We call build up the cause. It broke out of this downtrending trend line. There's a little fake out here, and then it broke out. And just take it from the bottom of the channel, 170%. I'm not in this trade, by the way, but
No, I'm
I just
not.
had a look at it. So I suppose what was the request? Just have a look at it and see what we think.
Yeah, if you just chat, I think chart it. Let's have a look on Discord, boy.
It come up to this sort of area that was like a support
Yeah,
from a long, long time ago.
PYR would be a good check. Was coming down last time I looked. Hard to tell where the alts will go from here at BTC's mercy.
Yeah. Just have a look what it did. It came down 15% yesterday on the Binance days and then has rebounded.
Yeah.
It gained back, 10% of that. So I drew this line earlier.
Yeah, it's fell through on it.
I went under the lows. So
It's got to break above that on it.
it has to break above. It
So
is
wait and see
starting to
call on
turn.
this. I mean, if you're in it, I would put a stop below where it crashed to.
Yeah.
Yeah, put a stop there, and I would just sit tight on it. Yeah, there's your stop. See if it can break through that, like that is now trend line resistance, and give it some time. I won't get out, but I won't buy in. Yeah, and if it bounces up against that, have a little bit of profit taken up against that trend line. The likelihood that the person who was in this trade took it before breakout or at breakout, so they're well in profit. Just protect yourself, start to take a little bit off the table and get a stop in place. Because you don't want to lose all your profits on this.
Yeah. So we drew a trend line. This is the 4-hour chart. We drew a trend line under these lows. And it broke through on the news at Binance and it came back up and retested. It's turning around now. So possibility of it coming down here is quite high, I would say. But again, it can just turn around and come back up and reclaim and then go on up. So that's what you're saying. It's sort of it's hard to tell, but it has broken through that trend line. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, if we go back to the daily, pretty much bounced off that 21 EMA moving average, and the 55 is back down here to the trading range before. Like the likelihood of it coming down and touching this is actually quite high. In what Wyckoff terms, we would say that will be called the backup. It has this line of strength after all this accumulation, and it comes back down and then can just slowly turn around here and go back up again. So if you did trade this, definitely a good idea to take some profit. Or if you're holding, if you're, there's nothing to say I can't pull the way back down to the bottom again. There's no certainties.
But I would take at least 25 to 30% off my position with this. And if I was against getting stopped out, I have a stop on it, then I would look to reload at where the big resistance is, if it came right back down. Yeah, I would. So I would, if you're not going to put a stop on it, I'd take a fair chunk of my position off, and I would reload.
Yeah.
I would put buy in there. Or you get
It's 20. That's a 20% drop.
You've got
it is now.
You've got to do that. You've got to take a chunk off on this, and then look to reload on it. Or you just get stopped out, and then you start this trade again. At this point,
but it's looking. It's like I think it's a good chart. You know, it's a tidy chart. You know, it's behaving well. You know what I mean? Like it's. You know, this is a good accumulation, like textbook accumulation. This was like the creek, we call it, Michael, the creek, and it broke through and did a high sign of strength. Like it's, to me, this is a good positive chart.
Yeah.
It would be like, I would look into maybe like take a position in this.
Pardon?
I would actually possibly take a position in this if I see the trade coming up.
Yeah, definitely. It's great. It's just a case of just waiting to see what the next few candles do.
Yeah.
Because, you know, even if it does bounce off that, I bet there's a fair amount of percent profit you can get from, you know, the two lines you've drawn. Yeah, from the stop where I put the stop to up to the next line. I bet that's a nice little trade there that can be had.
35%.
It's lovely.
Yeah. So so PYR looking good. Had a good bounce from the Binance FUD, but still could come down and back up again. But overall it's quite a positive chart. I think I might take a trade, like with my indicator tiger here. For me, I would expect this to come down to the trend line here, maybe cut across. Once it sort of comes down and starts to move up, I might consider taking a trade once I see this sort of turning around a bit. Because I think PYR, I think there is quite a lot of interest in PYR. I've noticed more on crypto Twitter about it, and I know nothing about gaming. Fundamentals aren't my strong point. I'm more of a charts lady. But do you know anything about the Falcon Forged game? No. Okay, well we'll look into it. So that is PYR.
Such a shame if we hadn't had that. It's always the same. If we hadn't have had Chuffing CZ robbing his own company and like causing this hassle, that would have been a nice chart. That would have bounced up. That would have been absolutely lovely. But no, he has to spoil everybody's fun. Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, take them two candles away. That would have been a lovely. It was
doing really well, but it now gives us an opportunity to get in.
Yeah.
So it is sad about the amount of antics that go on in the crypto industry, you know, but I suppose it's in any industry, and hopefully, you know, it can become cleaner over time, you know. So although, you know, I know there's a lot of mixed feelings about the regulations, but at the same time, I think there's a balance to be had, you know, and people need to be safe. Like, it's not okay to be worrying about your funds being on an exchange in case the exchange goes bankrupt, you know, because the CEO had to resign because of money laundering. It's not, you know, we're still early in this industry, and you know,
it's so difficult because like I trade stocks every now and again, and you know, there's a proportion of you can crypto trade on there, but no, I can't. You know, you've got to you've got to jump through hoops to trade any sort of crypto on like the exchanges that are stock exchanges, because you know they deem it as like high risk. You've got to be, you know, more or less qualified trader to
professional
trader, which I'm not.
So we will, thank you for letting us know about PYR. We will be looking at that, possibly taking a trade.